Theater of the Mind Flip.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind Flayer, a D&D play podcast set in the homebrewed world of Jekyll. We've got 2 DMs for some reason, which can only mean twice the fun. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your time at
Theater of the Mind Flip.
Welcome to Theater of the Mind Flayer. Fearmongery make me hungry. I'm Jacob Machin. We have no Caleb Dowdall once more.
Still not
That's
here.
right. Fearmongering makes my tummy rumble. Does anyone else get hungry when they hear a lot of conjecture to do with
Like
the fate of the world? No. When you hear global warming, I'm like, I could go for an ice cream. Warming ice cream. No.
The survival part of you that's like must feed up for
Must
the
feed.
upcoming famine.
Exactly.
Gotta get it while I can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're listening to the dulcet tones of Hercules Maze.
Hello.
Michael Briganti.
Yes.
Luke Sykes.
World-ending horrors.
And Danielle Butlin.
Yay.
Hello. What is your biggest, like, what is the world-ending event that terrifies you the most? I just said that I find it kind of fun or amusing or at least thrilling to have like an eldritch horror consume the planet in one go. But I remember watching Day After Tomorrow and being like, big tidal wave would be terrifying, you know.
Sucked, yeah.
But what world-ending event cataclysm pops to mind?
That's terrifying.
That would be your what one would you
preferred?
least preferred, yeah, or most preferred, whatever comes to mind first.
Like massive earthquake.
Oh,
Like not like the
San Andreas,
Not even
where it splits and everything slides.
not
into
even
the,
quite that, but even like not the the Pacific Northwest is like due for the big one. I mean like
Earth
on
just
like a
splits in half.
fundamental like continental like
right.
shift.
I think the idea of part of the ground opening up and
Yeah.
you just falling, goodness knows how long, it would be terrifying. Yeah.
Scariest would be, I think, just nuclear warfare.
Yeah.
I think that's
I'm
just
with you on
like,
that.
just
that
because
one's-
it's just probably the
You don't want Fallout World?
scariest one. Well, I don't think it becomes that. I think it becomes something like, it's just very frightening. But the one I would want would be Aliens.
Okay.
Aliens take us out.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have you watched The Road?
With Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I imagine post nuclear warfare to be. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because then it's like I just think it gets like
Lot-
even
lot
if
of
you
walking.
survive,
a lot of walking, then like a split second and you're dead from one decision.
yeah, you even if you survive the initial nuclear
Yeah,
warfare,
yeah.
the rest of it is just ugly.
Yeah.
I think. Whereas aliens, you can band together, be a resistance for a little bit, and then
Yeah.
get wiped out. Or
I, for one, welcome our
Fucking,
alien
like-
overlord. No alien overlord.
Yeah, the idea that like the water and the like everything would be poison. You know,
yeah,
it's just
everything's shit.
yeah. With you on that one.
Luke?
The one that terrifies me the most, probably the way the world is actually heading, where we're just using all of our resources, and the world's gonna burn, and we're all gonna be struggling and fighting for survival every day.
Okay. So cool. We had like Roland Emmerich movie kind of vibes, and this is like,
I don't mind. Like, if something happened like instantly, I think that'd be much more exciting and entertaining. It's like,
And
it happened, cool, bye.
slow.
Like, I wouldn't mind an eldritch horror just coming and consuming the
Right.
world, because you'd be like, well, that's pretty sick. Well,
right.
sick. All right,
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I agree. Danielle?
Well, I mean, for me, I think the nuclear is the sort of scariest one in terms of.
I think it's because it's the most
I think-
tangible. Most tangible.
No, I mean, I
Like, it
think
just
the way
happened.
I
You
think
know?
about,
It
like-
can just happen.
I think the way the world
I think you get a
is going
7-minute
that for me
warning.
is like the least scary because it feels
There's a
like
video-
there's like some mental preparation for that, in the sense of like it feels inevitable.
So the increase and rise in anxiety across all of our generations is
Yeah.
probably to do with that.
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
don't think that's, comforting that you can think about it for that long, because it doesn't seem to be having a very comforting effect on our population.
No, but like it's,
we are burdened
it's
by
like,
thought.
I don't know. There's a sort of
We're also burdened by thoughts.
I don't know.
In a good
That's
way.
sort of like I think the most anxiety inducing part about that is just like the sense of it being what's happening, and it just taking so fucking long. It's like we're like, okay, everything's just like really slowly.
How do you think people
not
that
really
were
that
alive?
slow.
How do you think people that were
No,
alive
but
in the
it's
60s
not
feel?
instantaneous. It's
Yeah.
just
It was
like
like
this
Cuban
like
missile crisis.
Yeah.
Though, like it's happening. It's happening.
Well, I mean, that's the
sliding,
things
so
that every
just,
generation
like,
has their
Exactly. Yeah.
sort
You
of
know.
version of it.
This is where
collapse.
this is where I'm not
So
sure
You know what I mean?
about.
Would you rather like get shot in the head, or would you rather
Uh-huh.
be like slowly eaten by ants from your feet upwards? What would give you
Don't
more
talk to
existential
Danielle
dread
about
and
ants.
fear?
Intelligent ants
Hyper intelligent ants. They discovered
with
the
little
internet.
knives. They cut you and eat you.
I mean, yeah, obviously getting shot in the head
So
is like a better way to go.
This-
But like if my whole life I'd been told
Welcome
you're going
to
be
the
eaten
Doom
by
and Gloom
ants.
podcast.
But you're not going to be. You are slowly being eaten by ants because
Right.
we are technically being slowly
Yes.
in a world that's destroying
yeah,
itself.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, but if I'd been brought up with that, like that is
Shut up.
like what's going to happen, or that is what is happening, it would
They
feel
have their
more
own podcast
normal
going
than
on.
like
yeah,
the concept
yeah,
of like
true.
being hit. That would feel more foreign and like the like lack of familiarity.
I feel
would
like
make
this
that
is my
scary.
genuine issue with the world: is everyone is okay with the normal. No one wants to be outside of the normal, and it's like, oh, but the normal sucks. It doesn't matter. It's normal. It's like, but what if we changed things and made it better? Like, what if someone came along and just like, I got rid of the ants? You're like, no, it's normal. Leave them there.
We've become blasé. We've become
Yeah.
apathetic to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my genuine issue with the world. Anyway.
Yeah. No.
okay.
What about you?
Well, I was going to say to Herc's point, the idea that every generation has their Cuban Missile Crisis, their nuclear stress, their World War One, their World War Two, their the Huns are coming, that sort of thing. So
I mean, how many minutes to midnight are we right now? Like 2.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I thought we
no,
were
it's like-
closer.
I feel like we've had a bunch of
90
those scares. We had
seconds.
2012, Y2K,
yeah.
another global pandemic.
Yeah. I don't know the timeline of like, because it was very close to midnight in the Cuban Missile Crisis, and I don't know if we're closer now.
Because
than
I
we
know
were.
they bumped
90
it back
seconds.
up. Oh, we're 90 seconds to midnight. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Do you not? Oh, do you not
I
know
got places
that?
to be, man.
Yeah, the
doomsday
nuclear-
clock.
Yeah, doomsday clock. So it's some that the UN does. They like with political climate and stuff like that. There's like a metaphorical clock. that
Okay.
Shifts, and when it hits midnight, that's like
Yeah.
world's at war, nuclear disaster is imminent.
It's in
Collapse
the air. Like that
of,
bomb
like,
is
collapse
like
of-
about to hit.
Yeah, like collapse of society. So depending on how the world is, they give sort of like a barometer of how many seconds or minutes to midnight we are. And
Daylight
recently it
savings
went from like
effective.
2 to like it went from like 1 to
Oh,
like
we're an hour and 90 seconds away. Great. Daylight savings.
Well, no,
Turn the
'cause,
clock
like,
back.
there was like a bit where it was like 1 minute to midnight, then it was like 2 minutes to midnight. Now it's like at like 90 seconds to midnight.
The
What was it during
doomsday
the Cuban?
clock. It is 100 seconds to midnight.
No, it's 90.
90.
Google
January
the updates?
2023.
Yeah.
90
What
seconds
was
to
the
midnight.
Cuban Missile Crisis? What did that get to? I think it was like 2 minutes or a minute or something.
Yeah.
Well, it's because our firepower is just
Yeah.
gone up.
Bippity bop.
The clock was set at 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. There you go.
So we're closer.
Yep. Yep.
Yay!
It's because like England has one nuke. Australia, I don't even know if they have. I think they have one nuke, but there's a couple of videos on it. You can look it up. But there's a couple of videos on the amount of nukes in India and Pakistan, and the amount of nukes in the US and Russia.
Yeah.
Just eclipse everything.
Yeah.
Like thousands.
My doomsday that I hope happens is I hope that an ice age happens.
An ice age.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not a world-ending event. It's just a reset.
Send us back. Send us back to the Bronze Age.
See, I think for me, that's what I think. They're like us using the resources. That's what I think will happen with
The
that.
problem
That'll
is-
end up being a reset.
But the problem with our civilization now is that we've used all of the accessible raw materials. Is that if we ever had to revert back, we couldn't achieve the level of advancement we have.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't have access to those raw materials. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but I think if we had the Ice Age and a reset, there would be subsect of humanity and technology that survives because Ice Ages don't wipe out all the world. The equator would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, on that note, do you have a trivia treat for us?
I
Luke?
do. This is
World destruction.
So
Trivia
tasty,
treats.
I'll eat your world.
inevitable.
Okay, you can rate this one on a 1 to 10 scale at the end.
Wait. Oh, okay. So
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're
yeah.
giving
This is
feedback.
this is an
We're
actual.
giving you
This is a good one.
feedback.
We're giving
Oh,
feedback.
hang
I
on,
accept all feedback for this one.
okay.
For D&D Second Edition, what sitcom group of people may not have been a sitcom was used as a template for the perfect adventuring party?
Is it Seinfeld?
Second edition.
Second
Yeah.
edition, that would have been the
What
Say
year?
like the Goonies or something.
80s.
Oh, that's yeah.
No.
Is it-
Not
is
a
it
family?
90s?
Second
A
edition.
family or like a
Can you give us
group
the
of
year of
people.
second edition just to give us a hint?
That's what I'm Googling now.
Thank you.
Second edition came out in 1989.
89. Okay.
What?
Wait.
I'll remove the word sitcom. What TV show?
TV show.
Yes.
Brady Bunch.
Not Cheers.
Good lord, that's more than 4 people.
Gilligan's Island.
It's also more than
Oh,
4 people.
4 people.
Yes.
4
Oh.
people.
Three's Company.
4
The
people.
ideal adventuring party template.
4 people.
4
Sitcom. So you're looking at like 90s,
Well,
90s,
because
90s,
I'm
2000s
thinking you
kids
need
here.
to have like the muscle, the specialist.
A-Team.
the-
Nope. But you're kind of in the right area.
That's why we like
You're kind of in the right area.
TV show. I feel like there's
if you
more
haven't seen
MASH,
Looney
though.
Tunes, you probably haven't seen this show. Is all I'm gonna say.
It's a
Mash is
cartoon.
way more than, yeah.
But Mash has more than a
yeah,
4-person.
Yeah. Is it a cartoon?
No.
Or- okay.
I'm sticking by A-Team. Now
Is
that
it
I've
like a
said it.
drama action or is it like comedy?
No, it's comedy.
Comedy.
Comedy. 4 people.
From the 80s.
80s.
Well, this is what
Live
they used
action.
in the 80s as a template. The show might not have been in the 80s.
Ah, okay.
Ah.
Can we get
Right.
an actor name or would that give it away?
It would give it away.
Hercules. Xena.
I'll give you the. Oh no, it was in the 80s. This show.
Okay.
I'm like not
Gilligan's
looking
Island.
at things.
No, that's
Oh,
what
did
I
you say
said.
that?
And it's more than 4 people.
I can give you.
Not the Golden Girls, is it?
The Golden Girls.
That's fucking
Legitimately?
fantastic.
It's the Golden Girls. Yeah.
That's fantastic to my brain. And I
Who's
went,
the
tank? Who's the tank in Golden Girls?
Well, you have the warrior is
Yeah.
Dorothy, the cleric is Rose, Sophia is the wizard, and Blanche is the rogue.
That's hilarious.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10.
Gotta say, that's a good trivia.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
You were fishing with that one.
I actually saw that this morning on my Instagram.
That's so good. That's so good. I love that. That's been this week's episode of Trivia Treats.
Very tasty.
Stay golden, pony boy.
I already forgot what I was going to play. I just have guess that injury written down here.
Caleb's
that
not here.
injury.
Yeah.
We can do the press conference again. Send somebody else out.
I was gonna do like
Anyone just get
that's
random
from.
bouts of tinnitus every now and then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd call
I
that.
always think it's my spidey sense. I'm like, "Ooh, something's happening.
What are you gonna do to me?
Yeah. We're gonna play a game called What Are
Guess
You Gonna
that
Do to
injury.
Me? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do press conference once more. Roll your d20s.
I got a middling 11.
I got 11 as well.
13.
16.
Okay.
Roll off.
Roll off.
14.
11.
Come on, damn it. Get out of
Back out, Michael.
Suck at this game.
Pick
someone I know.
Do you want me to go out? Okay.
I think Luke wants to go.
You want to go out?
I don't mind.
out,
The dice has spoken. You get out.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't roll.
Go by the dice.
for this long.
11.
Are you getting roll up? Roll again.
4.
Jake, get out.
Get your ass out of here.
Hey.
So, hi, guys.
Oh
we
my
just
God.
start the podcast. This is our new
Everything.
podcast.
Wait, what happens now?
references.
What
So we
happens
can pull
now?
whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we choose.
No musical references. Because I don't know them.
Yeah, what's something that we're going to know well, I think. Is
I think, he'll know it.
yeah.
It's
It's
us. What do we want?
But
What do
nothing
we want?
recent.
No.
If we go for anything
No, it's gotta be
recent, it'll be
classic.
like, what?
Gotta be classic.
Real person or a character?
It can be either a character or a real person.
We could do a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
We could do,
A Ghostbuster or an actor? Like Bill
We
Murray.
could do Slimer. Slimer?
Yeah.
Slimer, that's his name?
Yeah, that's the green ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
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 Or do we want to do like Stay Puft, like the big?
Marshmallow
okay.
Man.
Slimer might be more.
Slimer, and then what's the controversy?
Do we want it to be?
I don't remember enough
sexual
about it.
misconduct or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know
Because he
too much about Ghostbusters. So.
he blows. What's his name?
What?
What?
Is that, don't want him get a blowjob.
I think you watched the
from-
wrong version of Ghostbusters.
No, because he's there and he's like saying the
Ghost
like the ghost
fuckers.
like goes like through his crotch or whatever. He like gets like a ghost blowjob.
Oh my god.
I don't know that one. I don't know that well. What if we did Keanu Reeves is the remaking Bill and Ted?
I think they
Shot for shot remake of the first one.
I will be no help.
What
Okay.
about the?
I mean, I like Keanu Reeves, but
What
do
about
we
the
want-
doctor from Back to the Future? Doctor, was it?
Okay.
or Doc Brown?
Yeah, or either one, or Marty McFly. Maybe Marty McFly.
Yeah, Marty McFly. What was he doing?
Marty McFly.
yeah.
I mean. okay.
We're discussing!
We could
Marty McFly.
accuse him of like breaking the time paradox thing. Butterfly effect.
He created a paradox.
Yeah.
Okay, get your ass in here!
Potential destruction of that. Like he's on trial.
Yes, come in.
Yeah.
Please. Now, the reason I've resigned from the presidency is this.
That was way
Question,
too
please.
cognizant.
Sorry, what?
That was way too cognizant.
Okay.
As the presidency.
Golf.
Golf, yeah. I'm taking any questions, all questions here today. Nothing is off limits. Nothing's off the table. I'm happy to be upfront and honest with everything that's happened. Yes.
Martin Freeman from Future Times. What made you try out going a little bit faster?
I saw that there was a pocket for people that could go faster. I felt like it's something I could achieve, and you know what? I tried it, and I achieved it.
Question.
Yes. Who are you? Where are you from? Okay, next question, please.
Retcon from Perry Docs. How did you see any foreseen issues with potentially the ramifications of your actions? What might have changed since you've done it?
What's changed since I've gone faster?
Yeah.
A lot of things. The accolades given to me, the praise, obviously. Had some contacts from a few people asking how it happened and why it happened.
John from the day before. You've gone back and forth quite a few times. Do you not get confused as to where you are at any given time? Because there's you're moving around a fair bit.
I find that time travel is what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, I wouldn't put words in your mouth, but that's a
That's one way of describing it.
I will say this. Hero of mine's Dr. Manhattan. He has the ability to be everywhere at once and kind of traverse time and space. So I just kind of took it from him. He also, blew Sonic the Hedgehog, got to go fast. There's a lot of correlation between fast.
You would say you're a big nerd as well.
I'm a moderate nerd. Yes.
Buff Biffman from the Future Times.
Bless you.
Did Kite Man go back in time as well?
Kite Man from the Harley Quinn series, dating Poison Ivy. Is that who you're talking about?
If he got struck by lightning as well, yes.
Oh, really? Yes. Well, he went back in time. I think he went forward in time as well. I ran into him both times, to be honest. Yeah.
Which time did you like him better?
I liked him in the future better. He fit in more in the future. In the past, he was looked at as some sort of social pariah. Just the way that he has that kite hanging out there. Yes.
Dolores, be good. from the school board.
Okay.
Can you tell us? Did you consider any of these consequences before you decided to make this experiment?
I gotta be honest with you, Dolores. I put my pedal to the metal. I got to 55, and I just had to improvise from there.
Ooh, only 50.
Only 55 results do it.
Is it 55? 88.
Okay.
88. That's a lie. You can do it at 55. You can do it at 55.
Okay.
I think I'm thinking of the Van Halen song, or Alive at 55 or something. I don't know. There's a Van Halen song. Anyway, Van Halen, unfortunately, weren't around when I went way, way back. But they did do a cover of Johnny Be Good.
Jake Gyllenhaal from the Day After Tomorrow.
Jake Gyllenhaal? Yeah. What are you doing here? What was it like working with Conor McGregor?
It was terrible. He punched me all the time. Shit, I forgot my question.
George from Automotive Bicentennial.
Okay. It only comes out twice every 100 years.
In the new line, will you be bringing back the DeLorean? Will it still be around?
Not only will I be bringing back the DeLorean, either I or my friend will be bringing back the milkshakes from the original.
From the yard?
And they'll be handshaken. So am I Doc Brown or am I... I guess I'm not Marty McFly. That would have gone down better.
Doc Brown, are you your own grandfather again?
I may have... I was going to say something absolutely disgusting there. I'm going to say yes, I am. I had to ensure that I would exist.
Ooh. Follow-up question. What did you do to your actual grandfather? Or were you always your own grandfather? I get confused with this concept.
Here's the problem. I met the man that was meant to be my grandfather. Now, he refused to have sex with my grandmother for some sort of contractual issues. Turns out he wanted to have a second amount of sex, but wasn't going to get paid the right amount. They made a cast of him. I put it on my face. That's what actually happened to Crispin Glover.
I don't get that reference.
That's what happens when he knows more than we do. So I'm Doc Brown. I went back in time and fucked my grandmother.
Created a temporal paradox.
Okay, yeah. Cool. I like it. Good stuff.
And we have a winner.
Yay. Cool.
Wait, was it Doc
Wasn't
Brown
it
or
Marty
Marty
McFly?
McFly
Yeah, I
that
think
did
we're
that?
going for Marty McFly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, when
But
you
was
told
it-
me,
you called me
I'm not. I guess I'm not Marty McFly, and none of you said anything. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I guess we're going for Doc Brown.
Yeah, I
then.
said
Waiting for-
unless I'm Marty McFly because I did the shake joke, but
Well, that's
I
why we
think
kind
we
of
were
all
like-
went.
Oh, the shake joke.
there you go.
Wow.
That was me fishing for when I was him on. I love you, Michael J. Fox. Keep being you. I got my grandfather's got Parkinson's, so I can make that joke.
Okay, there.
And I'm probably going to have it myself. Excellent. So, speaking of
No, not going to say that.
what?
Not saying that.
Speaking of shaking things up, let's shake things up with a knife at your throat in the library here. In our last session, you guys made your way through the town, through the city of Lornakarth. You made your way over to the librarium. You went upstairs, paid a tidy sum of money after some convincing, to go upstairs and take a look at the Neodract exhibit. There you learnt a lot about the Neodract War, perhaps from the elven point of view. You learnt a little bit about some of the gods that they may or may not follow, some of the reasons behind what happened, and you spotted a painting of King Aloysius Colm, Grovek Stockmore, and Queen Banrian kind of together. As this raised questions, you had a bit of a chat about the potential ramifications of this, and then you headed downstairs into said library. Etterath was being stared down by a crocodilian individual as Agenar and Azorith went up top and found a book about, not about the old gods, but a book, like a children's book on the new gods mythology. Where did they come from? And as you force sat down, writing a note, you felt a blade to your neck as someone said, what'd they say? The church is expecting you or something?
Church has been looking for you.
Excellent. Thanks. It was literally like 15 minutes ago. As that blade is pressed to your neck, you feel another individual sidle up beside you. As you kind of feel the blade pressed to your neck, you see a scaled hand and like a cloak. And as you kind of twist your eyes, you just see a draconic individual standing beside you, just kind of looking over your shoulder as if they're reading what you're reading, knife pressed like into you as they kind of just stand there like that. On your left side, as you go to turn, you get a as you kind of stop, you would notice what looks to be some sort of almost hairless mole rat kind of person. If you've ever watched Kim Possible, the guy's little mole rat.
Rufus.
Rufus, there you go. Rufus in full humanoid form. The draconic individual would just say, "The church has been looking for you. You're well overdue for a visit to report in."
And I gotta say, it took you a fucking time finding me. Here you go. Here's my report, and I'll hand up the note. Like, take this to Callian.
Kind of picks up the note, pockets it, doesn't read it.
I'll be staying at the Temple of Briganti.
Should the Temple of Oran expect a visit? Or do we have to come find you somewhere with less innocence?
I'm sure you'll get orders as to the next meeting arrangement once that note has been delivered.
Kind of nods and says,
"We'll send your regards to the Loxodon."
You, Agenar, would, at this point, with your passive perception being ridiculous, just notice that two individuals standing over Force there.
And he's not looking like he's stayed sitting
he's
forward
like-
at the bench.
Yeah. Kind of remove the blade, slip it back in, just kind of wrap a cloak around themselves. You might see a sliver of black and red or something, or not sure what, but it's just a traveler's cloak, and they kind of take a step back. You see draconic individual on the other side, this mole rat individual, as they take a couple of steps back. They nod. The crocodile beside you, Etterath, kind of looks over and nods and goes and starts to walk towards the exit as well. And up on the platform above you guys, the very top, you would just see a sleek owlin kind of flies down silently, kind of lands on the ground there, and the four of them kind of walk away from Force. And tell me what was on that note, if you'd be so kind, either privately or...
I said last session.
Your shell friend has the.
Your
I
hard
forgot
shell.
what I said last session.
Your hard shell friend has an answer to your question.
Beautiful, excellent.
Well, why don't we take this one down and
Who are those guys?
go and read it with the group down there. Come on, let's go. Agnar's gonna.
Did you see that?
Let's go.
Clutch the book like a. We'll make our way down to.
Yep.
I'll be
Hello.
flipping through the book while we do that.
We found something.
Great. What's it called?
Where did they come
Where
from?
did they come from?
Well, I hope it's a pretty quick answer.
Looks like it has a few pictures in it. Hopefully, make things quicker.
How thick is this book?
Oh, it's a children's story. Like, it's a very short children's story there.
Fantastic.
I I might ask you the same question, Force.
I didn't find anything.
No, where did they come from?
Well, the church. Of
Right.
Arwen.
Right.
Arwen. I feel like
Orin.
Orin.
Right, well, suppose we'll...
You doing Arnie?
Yeah. Owen.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg.
I don't know the guy's name, but shout out to the dude with the mustache that does the Arnie impressions.
Right, well, we'll discuss that when we're maybe a bit more private. So, let's have a look at this. Open up the book.
Excellent. It's a very short book. It shows a set of pictures of a crowd of people. And in that crowd of people, you would see, much like the infographics in the 1 in 10 people has this disease or 1 in 10 people will contract that. On the first page, it's just like a mass of people. And as you flick it over, there are 14 people that seem to be lit up in kind of color and light. And it just says, the gods were among us. And then the next page, it says, it has a picture of those people kind of ascending. The gods saved us from tyrants. And the next page, it says, the gods will protect us. And as you flip it over, you would see cartoon versions of the gods and introducing them. And you would see the Dagda, the god of weather and crops, this kind of sneaky looking, almost like water elven kind of features, like aquatic elf kind of features, almost Triton-esque. Or in the god of life and death, you would see a figure in shadow, not too dissimilar from the Raven Queen, to be honest, but with the drama comedy mask, kind of like that sort of mask, similar to our logo, just blank and open. You would see Balinus, the god of sun and light and warmth, Brigantia, Dienkect, Dunidus, Goivni, Lug, Mananamaclear, Mathmathamwe, Morrigan, Nuada, Omar, Sylvanus, or Sylvanus, because I can't ever fucking say that for some reason. Sylvanus. Silveranus is there as well. What do you think that silver cloud is? It's farts from Silveranus.
That way it smells like feet.
Exactly. You smell like feet?
Sometimes.
Oh.
When I just eat a lot of broccoli.
Looking through this book tells a tale of these 14 individuals seeing that the people in need caused them to brim with power. And you would see with this cartoon, they each say their name. Dagda, Oren, Brigantia, Balinus, Dinka.
Earth.
Like Pokemon.
And with our powers combined, we are the new Pantheon.
And as they say their name, when you flick the page over, there is detailed illustration of them in full power and glory. And it says, the gods and their champions wish you a safe and happy life. And that's basically all it is.
Who wrote this thing?
You flip it over. Adapted by Dr. Alison Shakespeare.
Yes.
Other titles include Hamlet for Dummies, Macbeth for Babies,
Nah.
Romeo and Julio, The Real Story.
The white man's Othello.
Oh no. Othello, the other POV. Yeah.
Well, Forrest, they don't seem too dissimilar from you.
I was just thinking, don't get mad at me. This is almost like a future autobiography of my life.
Right, well.
You see the back of the book, also taking commissions for autobiographies, Dr. Alison Shakespeare.
So what makes you different from this?
Oh, I haven't quite reached the second page yet. I haven't ascended.
Or your second page?
Yes. You know, things happen over time.
We're
not at the end of the story at the start. That's a temporal paradox. That's hard to say. Temporal paradox.
Paradox, a most ingenious paradox.
So, but they believe that they were saving everyone from tyrants. Assuming the old gods that they thought were the tyrants.
It's possible.
I mean, not going to say much.
But in your view, Force, are the current gods
Every single person has their own point of view.
tyrants?
In my view, yes.
right?
We've been over this many times.
No, I know. I'm just,
But look at this last page. Look, it's such a nice sentiment.
Should probably find this Dr. Alison Shakespeare and
Yes!
and
Pick his brain.
and see who paid him to write this piece of propaganda bullshit. Jake is very excited.
Interrogation is in order.
Those of you, you would all know this, even you, Etterath, would know that Dr. Alison
Even you,
Shakespeare.
Etterath.
Even me.
Even you, Etterath. Well, because you didn't live in Lornacath and you've been on the oceans. Dr. Alison Shakespeare is the bard to end all bards. He does it all. He sings, he acts, he dances, he writes. He is a Leonin. He was originally in the Casbold Ocean, but he's traveled the world. There are some that say, not to give away too much, but there are some that say that he is favored by gods. There are some that say that he's favored by devils and demons. There are some that say that he is a devil, demon, a god himself, a herald perhaps.
I've heard whisper that he is a god.
I heard he was the devil himself.
Maybe I can go and get some tips on how to get to the next page, so to speak.
Hmm.
Well, you two are asleep, so
No, Agnes just biting her tongue.
The old gods, though, they...
Were the old gods before the old gods?
Perhaps. Is it inevitable that whoever steps into that role of power becomes a tyrant eventually?
Because we've met a lot of people that want to bring back these old gods, or a lot of people who talked about the old gods. Do you want to bring back the old gods to get rid of these new gods?
No. Maybe. I don't know anything about the old gods.
I think he wants new gods.
Or new god?
If they can
I don't want
bring...
to be the only one. It's too much responsibility.
So you want to replace the Pantheon, or you want to get rid of it entirely?
Get rid of them. See what happens.
And have no gods?
Just have a power vacuum?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know the answers. I'm not there yet. There's many steps from here to there, which are going to fill in the gaps in my knowledge.
Right.
Finding out about the old gods, I'm on board with, because maybe they were better. Who knows?
Right.
I mean, the pagan gods were pretty fun, but we got rid of those.
If it's possible to bring back the old gods, then they must be somewhere.
Trapped somewhere.
Well,
Maybe it's a conspiracy.
Buried alive.
Maybe they're under the oceans.
Under the
Maybe
sea.
each
Maybe.
god that currently exists looks after in their own domain, like the ocean god keeps an informal god under the ocean. Maybe the one
Right.
about all the fields and stuff has some underground. Maybe the one about the newborn
That's not
has like a
information for
god
this campaign. Nope.
spread out across all things that are newly born. So if we kill all the newborns, this old god rises again. I don't know. Just spitballing here. Come on, guys. I'm the only one with ideas right now.
well, there's a few big...
And his idea, to clarify, is killing newborns. So
All of them at
jump
the same...
in, anyone.
all of them at the same time.
Well, I mean, Pierre did seem to have a lot of power,
Did anyone just hear that?
and he was trapped,
Echoes through the halls.
so to speak.
He was trapped.
I mean,
Maybe we...
what if he was one of the
Who's the god of trees? Sylvanus.
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 Sylvanus,
Thank you.
right? And Sylvanus is worshipped quite well in Bocht.
I'm not going to lie. I think we just unraveled this whole mystery.
There was also like the giant fuck-off dragon turtle that Metamaclea sicked on us.
Yeah. Maybe because that's where... Oh, we should mark on a map where we were, because maybe we were
Can you
over.
ask for that?
Oh, yeah, you asked for that.
As for something,
Yeah.
And there's also the giant green-skin, red-headed fellow, the in Tortui.
Right.
That's the most
Wait.
godlike thing I've ever seen.
Wait, who? What? Was I there?
When
The guy that you saw in Tortui.
Safirith and I
The big giant.
The giant.
smacked.
Oh, yeah.
smacked
I didn't see
Safirith
that,
and
though.
I.
You didn't see that. You were told about that. And then you all agreed to go check it out and then went, we'll flip a coin. And then it failed. And you were like, I guess we'll leave. Best fucking moment ever.
Well, we should keep an eye out for anything that maybe resembles Pierrup or a story around trapping someone in a
there's-
tree or
The eternal eel.
right.
I think the Eternal Eel is probably our best bet to get answers on the old gods because
It's something people still talk about.
everyone here is hush-hush about it. The only one I would have suggested talking to would be Mother Sinsa, but she didn't seem like she wanted to talk about it. And if these new gods overthrew the old gods as
Right.
tyrants, and
Right.
if the old gods weren't indeed tyrants, then it would make sense that Mother Sinsa would not want to speak on the acts of these new gods.
I would
Right.
also put out there that, as you said about the elves and the dwarves, it's only been 200 years and maybe they don't remember what they're fighting about. It's been through forgotten history about the old gods, so we don't know what the original fight was for. So things get warped.
True.
But I had an idea and I just fucking forgot it. Fuck, what was it? I wanted to bring up something that you talked about, Mother Sinsa. What was she saying?
Talking about the old gods, the new gods.
Hiding from the old gods.
Hiding the fact that the new gods might have...
Damn it, I forgot. Oh well, it'll come back to me.
I mean, so like, on the topic of Pierrup, should we check in?
Oh, I mean,
Uh,
yes.
Maybe not with Pierre Roop.
Well, I mean, with
With Bucky.
or Pip or
Unless you guys can really... Unless Agenar can
Lady.
understand.
I mean, he can speak. He has his moments of clarity.
I don't count on the moment of clarity coming through a message.
Right, no, we should do that before we
25 Pierre Roops.
speak with the council. I mean, it's quiet and fairly private in here.
Well, if we are going to
What
bring
sh-
up Bokt to the council,
Exactly.
we should know what's
Sort of see what's
happening.
going on there.
Right. Does anybody have anything specific they want me to ask?
Excuse me. Shh. My cloaca.
Through the
Having too much deep-fried celebration snacks.
through the library. Shh.
Well, I think a general... How are things going?
Right. How are things going?
I think save some... Well, if the invasion is started, if they're still on their ships, or...
If the mists have gotten worse, or if they've disappeared, or
Right. Oh, okay. One moment.
Who's counting down?
Hello, Bucky. It's Agenar. How's everything going? Has the war started? And how are the mists and roads these days? Is Pierrup doing okay?
You can't appear Rubus too.
There we go.
Fair play.
A little bit of time. You get a reply. You might have to count me down as well. Oh, I gotta do a. What do you normally say? What do you say?
Okay.
Force. Say force. Okay. Oh, Agenar. Good to hear from you. Hope you're all well. Things are not great. Severian troops landed. Everyone rushed to Ava. Ari, Ayawan, Hamduk in charge.
Right. Right. The war has started.
Fuck. I
There,
didn't get to tell you about the roads.
or Pieru.
Nope. Not enough words.
Nope.
You might have to send again.
They've all gone to Ava. Ari, Arwen, and Chumduk are in charge of things. No update on Piarup or the mists.
You get a message back, Agenar. Bucky's asked me to relay that the roads are fraught with overgrowth, and that we have put our faith in Ari. Everyone evacuated to Arbor. Help if you can, as a Yarwin.
Help if you.
Do
You can reply to that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before I reply, do we? This is Ari.
He was the
Fish guy.
He was the spiritual
Fish guy.
leader in
Yeah.
in Ava.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the
Really?
Yeah, he was
the
the spiritual
Vidalcan that
leader.
told you
Gotcha,
to
gotcha.
keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's open, man.
Eyes wide shut.
All right. Thank you for that. We've arrived in Lornakath. We'll be speaking to the council soon. You have support from the temple. And we will seek allies.
The final message that comes through. Good to hear. Don't Dowdall heard rumors of dwarven ships too. Pierup is well. Give Safirith my love. That's it.
Can I reply to that one?
Yep.
Getting a finger workout today.
I'll just count out loud.
Hey.
Okay. We will proceed with urgency. We have
6, 7.
bad
Hey.
news. Has Safirith.
Okay.
She went under duress. But was alive.
Okay. That's all.
So, what's the news?
Right. Okay.
I was too busy counting. I didn't listen to any of that.
So it sounds like the dwarven ships might be on the way as well. Pierup is okay, and
I swear I can hit him.
Is that diegetic?
it's a little echo.
Did we just hear it in our back of our brains every time we?
And the mists are dangerous. I let her know about Safirith.
Well, maybe the dwarven ships are a good thing. For now.
Well,
Probably. They might get Queen Banry and might be distracted because if we just saw that Queen Banry and the elves are all together, the dwarves attacking Bocht is going to be a bit of an issue. It's going to cause a little bit of kerfuffle, so it's going to distract them. So,
I think it's
in the
buying
end, we
us
did a
time.
good thing by telling the dwarves. Go us. Yes. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
Well, we should, given that things have started, we should get a move on.
Move quick.
Right. I don't feel the need to check this one out of the library, so I'll put it back on the shelf. I'm gonna take the book back.
As you come back, I'll say, so I'm probably going to have a meeting with potentially Callie and Maine within the next, I would say, 12 to 24 hours. Who is on the council as also a head of the church. So I don't know if we want to wait to meet the actual council before I talk to him, or do you want to do it?
What? Oh, sorry?
I told you I had contacts in the city.
Right, and you've just arranged a meeting?
Yeah, those people that came by just gave me a note.
Right.
Is Callie and Maine involved with Orin at all?
Are you awake? I just said he's one of the heads of church.
Oh, he's the head of the church.
Yes. Come on.
That was my bad.
Do we need to get you a coffee? We had a coffee this
I've had
morning.
one. Yes. Do you want us there at the meeting? Do you...
Is that safe?
Probably not.
To which?
All of the above.
Probably not safe and probably not having us there.
Probably not safe for you to be there for yourselves and for them. There'd probably be some death.
Right. Well, I mean...
So we can go to the council now before we have this meeting, or we can wait to find out what he has to say.
Callie and Maine first.
Right, and we should...
We did sort of blow off our rendezvous.
What? Rendezvous?
You were supposed to pick us up when we first got to Fiona.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, we did. Which
See,
means...
a lot of information, sometimes it slips away, you know?
Yeah, right. But not the information that was given instantly 2 seconds before.
Let's move past this.
You
So-
seem a little preoccupied since we went upstairs.
A lot of things on my mind, but...
Right.
Money? Jake got it.
Money on my mind.
So quick. I was like,
So, which means for while we have free run of the city, we're not getting tasked to do anything specific. We have an afternoon free. Why don't we go try and visit the great eel of the underwater abyss? I spoke to it. Did I tell you that?
I thought you were just kind of bullshitting, not gonna lie.
No. I actually spoke to it.
What did it say?
I can't remember. I have to go back 30 episodes to listen. It's just an idea. If we want to get all the information that's going on, maybe it has connection to the
Before
Olga.
we
I just remembered!
Something bite you?
We're in the library. Sorry.
you watch as you do that.
Hurry up before we forget.
That little bird flies up to you and starts to kind of do circles around you. As it does, you watch as the bookworm just goes, lifts its enormous body and starts to come up over the railing and
We got about 3 minutes, so we got to get...
come down towards you.
We're leaving.
I hate the fucking library.
Quick. The idea is that what we heard, your favorite fairy tale that you told us, basically said that the eel came before everything.
Right.
It arrived from nothing. Maybe the
Right.
eel created the gods, the old gods, so we can go find out some information from the eel. If your mythological story has any basis in fact.
Well, it is the eternal eel.
Right.
We got about 90 seconds before the slug shows up.
We can just go. Let's
Okay, let's go.
You guys walk out into the street once more. As you walk out into the street, you can see...
I'll drop some salt.
Drop some
I don't
salt.
It's a bookworm. WYRM.
As you shout out to Bookworm Games, as you step out into Lorna Karth once more, once again that humid kind of heat hitting you, people bustling past, making a lot of noise, having a lot of fun. You see as you step out of the library, you could probably spot through the crowd the town hall with the large kind of flower on it there. And you would just watch as the trench coat wearing edgelord walks in.
Hello.
Walks straight in. Looks at you and just gives you a...
I really want to get to know him.
His butt cracks.
He doesn't want to talk to us.
Why? But he seems so interested in us.
Yeah.
He seems hovery.
He was let in without any like check or anything. Whoever was at the door was just like, yeah, go on.
He's having his own visual novel. Just all to himself there.
Caleb
Rolled it too.
Caleb buying for a spin-off podcast.
So I threw out an idea. If we got free afternoon, anyone got any other ideas?
I think we should
Right.
talk to the Eternal
Yeah,
Eel.
that does sound like
I
a
think
good idea.
that's the
do
one
we
that's
want
gonna get us the
to go
old
to the shop
gods.
first? You wanted to go
I
to
wouldn't
the
mind, yes.
Unicornacopia. And then we'll trek down to the water.
Great.
Okay, so you're going Unicornacopia, then to the Eel. Church or council or not? Either of those.
I think the eel.
Okay.
And then wait for
Gotcha.
my
Okay.
potential meeting, and if it doesn't happen, then we'll go to the council
Potential meeting.
with
Callian.
Callian.
Who's
See
the
if
head
he
of the
makes
church?
contact.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, if I follow this map, yeah, it's a Unicornacopia. It's
And I'll
right.
just turn him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. Beautiful crystal kind of
Sorry,
building.
sometimes you just rely on,
Yep.
Don't be
Devices.
such a tourist.
Excellent. As you step on in, there's a slight jingle. As you step in, you can see that this place is laid out almost like those art galleries in LA that are just like pedestal, glass box, one thing. Pedestal, glass box, one thing. Like a very exclusive kind of highbrow, almost like the gallery that Stellan Skarsgård's characters in charge of in fucking
That was an assault on my ears.
the what do you call it? The good Star Wars series.
Andor.
Andor.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
Mandalorian?
specifying which 1, 2, and 3.
No.
Andor.
Episode 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. As you step on in, you can see that there is up towards the back there what looks to be a beautiful kind of centaur man. He seems to have a classic kind of white horse. He himself is almost looks he's humanoid, but he looks a little radiant, celestial, perhaps an Aasimar. You would notice with your passive perception that it's all makeup.
Right. It's like a little sort of glamour costume.
Yeah. And as you step on in, he says, "Friends, welcome to the Unicornacopia. How may I help you?"
Ooh, lovely shop you have.
Thank you.
You get a lot of business through the festival, or
We get a lot of business regardless, but this is an exclusive establishment. We don't get party goers and things in here. You leave your substances and you leave your rowdiness at the door.
right business?
Right.
I have this, and I'll pull out the amulet of proof against detection. I've been holding on to this for a bit, and I've been told that it's not quite fully functional.
Right.
Wondering if you had any.
You need me to tinker with it.
You could take a look at it. Yes, that would be great.
If you wouldn't mind. Looks over it. Amulet against proof of detection.
Yes.
Right. Do you know what the problem is? Or it just doesn't work?
I think it's sort of, from what I understand, I think it's kind of working in the opposite direction now. Whereas if you put it on,
Broadcasting.
it's sort of here I am.
Wow. That's a massive oversight.
Which is why I have not put it on.
Interesting. May I hold on to this and appraise it?
Yes, sure.
Right. And holds onto it for a second. Looks it over. I could probably spend a day tinkering to try and work this out. It would be a flat fee for the tinkering and then success either way. If it does not, if it isn't a success, I can give you your money back.
And how much was the quote on the price?
To repair an amulet of non-detection, that would cost you around 300 gold piece.
Perhaps do you have use for and I'm gonna rummage into my bag and pull out some of the scales and phoenix feathers
Oh, shit.
that I still got.
As you pull out these scales and phoenix feathers, looks over them and says,
These are arcane materials.
They can be, I assume.
You would be better selling those at the Toadstool Apothecary or at the Phoenix Forge. Unfortunately,
What's the
I
shop?
don't- Yes.
What's the shop?
Of course.
One quick question. Sorry, I'm stealing your shop. Trying to help. I was, but that didn't work.
Carry on.
Sorry, I only have one brain cell. I need to say it before I forget.
We know.
Do you know anything about magical cards?
I know a lot about a lot of things magical.
I
If you're
heard-
looking for a consultation, we can book one in, of course.
No, I heard about these cards that can, like, shape the fabric of reality. Do you know anything about that?
You heard about them.
Experienced firsthand.
Do you have them?
Perhaps.
you see, like, them getting a little bit giddy and excited there. They keep their composure, but their tail starts to swish.
I know of the deck of many things, yes.
Yeah.
Dangerous, potent.
Yeah.
There have been many trying to figure out how to harness the power of a chosen card as opposed to a specific card as opposed to one randomly chosen.
I know. I heard that some cards are missing from it, and they might be scattered about. Thought perhaps you might know something about that.
Indeed, there are many cards missing. A deck of 22 3 times over.
Would you have an interest in such an item?
In purchasing them,
Right.
indeed.
Right?
If one were to part with them.
How much would you give?
For a 22 pack deck of many things, provided that we can verify that it is working.
Pull the fucking
I
wish
just
card.
felt the surge go through me, and I'm like, oh no, this is why I don't gamble.
I could genuinely pay upwards of 10,000 gold piece.
And if the set was not complete?
For the set of 22,
Yeah.
I could pay around 10,000 gold piece, but for a complete 66 piece
Right.
set
Yeah.
would be around 50,000 gold piece.
Right. Is our set 22?
22.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is this 22?
Yeah, you haven't got the whole thing because I didn't have the whole thing, but
I have 18.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't even know if we had 22. I thought we had 18, didn't we? Yeah.
Well, I thought we had 18,
Yeah.
then we added 2.
you added
So we
to.
added 2?
So we have
Yeah.
20.
So we had 20 out of 22.
Mhm.
Right, right.
Right.
Right, and let's say it wasn't 22, it was...
I would still be able to pay. I could probably pay. Depending on its functionality, I would still happily pay close to 10,000. for-
Right, so it's still something you'd be interested in.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
We can talk about it. We can talk
I've
about
got nothing but time.
Speaking of time, why don't
Agenar just like looks at Etterath.
it. Etterath in wolf form is sweating bullets.
Right, well,
he has
while
developed
you...
sweat glands and is sweating.
That is thought about. Do you have any sorry.
Why doesn't everyone do their business? And then my business is the last business.
No,
It's
no,
really
no.
fine.
Sorry,
I was just gonna
didn't
say.
see
I
you.
was
Go
just gonna
ahead.
say.
didn't
Go
mean to cut
ahead,
you off.
dear.
No, please.
I must
please.
insist.
Just go, Agenar. It's fine. It's not a rush.
You sure? No, I
It's not
mean,
been working this whole time. I'll be fine for another 2 minutes.
do you
Come in.
happen to get any interesting older items, statues, carved symbols that maybe...
There are a number of tokens and statuettes that we have definitely had before. If you'll come this way, please.
Right, yes.
And leads you over to a box, a glass box. You can see that the glass box seems to have a what looks to be a feather in it. You see the feather is adorned with, there are 6 different feathers there. You can see one of them looks to have like a claw attached by string to the base. One looks to be a silver, almost tiara with blue feathers coming out the top. One seems to have like a pendant with black-green feathers flicking over. Another, some sort of like metallic clasp, gauntlet that has black feathers flicking out. One that looks like when you get Chinese takeaway and they make it into a swan with a swan's feather hanging out the back. And the other seems to be just a bundle, almost like a quiver, almost a quiver of like white and black striped feathers.
Oh, do you know what collection these belong to?
These
the
are
feathers?
Qualls feather tokens.
Qualls?
Qualls feather tokens. Some of these turn into ships, some of these turn into boats, some of these turn into animals, some of these turn into trees, some of these turn into weapons.
Right. Can I roll like a history or whatever on Qual? What is Qual?
You can roll an Arcana check, or a history check. Yeah.
Like is Qual an animal? Like
Qual's just the name of the dude that made these.
Ah, okay. 16 on the die for wrong tab open. I do want to go history. 16 plus 2, 18.
Just kind of like native Aarakocra sorcerers, ones that may or may not have developed their own magic, that may have divine magic, you're not sure, but a sorcerer that just kind of made these tokens to be used instead in lieu of spells to be able to traverse the Great Lake in some circumstances, in order to get to the volcano in some circumstances, in order to kind of create large trees that you can kind of get up to the higher treetops in this land. Everything made to aid travel through this land, essentially.
Right.
Yeah, depending on where you are and where you're going.
Right. Any history on the use of like feathers as a symbol or channeling of power?
Not that comes to mind. Not that is pertinent to anything you're kind of the gods or anything like that at all.
Yeah.
The other thing, they take you to the back of the store and show you a beautiful kind of sandstone, like a foot tall sandstone of like a bust you would get as a like limited edition Jaws, pop culture kind of figure. It's a shark twisting through like a water tornado, like a Sharknado figurine, with its mouth open. They say,
This is something that could be used for protection in aquatic situations. Something that can come to life and cause a little bit of damage.
and this turns to a beautiful gold statue in a glass box. This is a golden statuette. You see it's like an elven figure, and you can see that they have their fingertips to their temples. Says,
It is said that this statue has answers that you seek. You can speak to it, and it will answer a question of yours in an albeit esoteric way.
and this is a statuette of augury.
I have a cheeky question.
Of course.
Do you have any items or anything that might connect to the old gods?
The old gods.
Just doing a little mythology, research.
Go ahead and roll a. This is a lie for Agenar.
It's a half. It's a half.
I'll say
truth,
persuasion or deception.
Like
it's up
it's
to you.
like-
Yeah,
it's
I'll let
like
you
a-
choose persuasion or deception.
9. I think they're the same. It's not performance now. Yeah,
So-
that'd be a 10 either way,
Yeah.
unless it's performance.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
10.
Looks at you and says, "I'm afraid I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know of any old gods.
Right. Probably someone.
You'd have to speak to someone more versed in theology than I. I'm more
Right,
focused on
right.
arcane objects."
I see. Thank you.
No problem. Will there be anything else? Sir, did you have anything you wanted, Master Turtle?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, those feathers. Do you
Yes.
know what they do when you pick one up, or is it like a lucky dip?
No, I can.
Nah, I don't want it then. You're up.
I'm sure I could bundle them together. It'll cost a pretty penny, and you could roll the dice, so to speak.
Sounds fun, but I don't think I have enough money.
Right. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
On the topic of.
Do you have any Vow of Poverty discounts?
Looks at you and says,
See what you did, Agenar.
"I'm afraid if you're looking for cheaper items, perhaps you're in the wrong part of town. There are some smaller kind of venues all the way out in Safirith that might be a little more to your liking, unfortunately."
Oh, okay.
I leave this with you.
Amulet?
Yes, you can work on it, and if I can pay for it, and when I get back, then great. If not, it's yours to sell.
That seems like a fair deal.
All right. About a day or so.
Should be about a day or so. I mean, things aren't busy. It could even be today. But when do you expect to be back? Because I don't want to have this sitting around not making money for too long.
I mean, does it really take up that much space?
Sits it like on the empty counter and says,
Yes.
How about if I'm not back in 3 days, it's yours to keep. Just give me a nice gracious period. Just to be sure, in case unforeseen circumstances come up.
Of course. 3 days.
3 days.
Will there be anything else?
Do you have anything for water breathing?
We do have a cap of water breathing.
Used to have one of those.
Did you? What happened?
The cod ate it.
cap of water breathing, takes you over to a counter and just kind of pulls out a drawer, and there's just like caps of water breathing. There looks to be a number of like scrolls and stuff in this messy drawer. The cap of water breathing looks at you and says,
They are going to be. Are they one use only? So I can give you single-use ones if you want. They will be cheaper. Or if you want reusable ones, they'll be a little more expensive. The single-use ones will set you back, by the looks of it, 100 gold piece each. And the multi-use ones are 250 gold piece each. Indefinite use.
I'll turn to the sorcerer. Can you cast water breathing?
If I have it readied.
I think we're okay, thank you. I will got to check in with my magic user.
you can't ready spells, you know that, yeah.
Yeah, we
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, if you burn
I'm-
that one proficiency.
up to
Proficiency.
No, I prepare up to my proficiency bonus up to level.
Yeah.
Up to 4.
That's why I said proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you take a long rest.
Yeah.
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 So
Not
if you,
right now though. Not
Yeah.
today.
So if you
shit.
burn
So
3
sad.
levels of proficiency. Yeah.
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 Would you sell 2 for 120? Single use ones.
2 for 120. So 1 for 20 gold piece, 1 for 100 gold piece.
Or both for 60 each.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
I'll roll this one.
You
So
should've
close to
taken
20.
Rolled
It was
everywhere.
a 2 plus my persuasion, so 10 total.
10 total. Says,
The best I can do is probably 80 gold piece each. 160 gold piece.
That's fairly reasonable. If you want to get down and do our plan, we're going to have to be able to go underwater. Pretty sure.
Plan?
I'm good for an hour, so it's up to you 3.
You're doing a plan, are you?
Yes.
And you're going underwater?
A little excursion.
Right.
Yes.
I've heard there's magic items in the Great Lake. If you keep an eye out on
Oh.
any magical weapons
Or
or
how about you?
items. Or...
Oh, I'll tell you what, we'll make a new deal. You
Mm.
give us 3 multi-use ones, and you get them back upon returning for his thing. And if we find any magical item that's less than a 10,000 gold piece worth of value, we'll give it to you.
I'm afraid that's too much trust to put in complete strangers.
All right, I tried.
So keep an eye out for any magical weapons,
Well, why do
magical
we bring it back
items
to you?
from the Great Lake. And if you bring them back, I can refund you. I can pay you great amounts. I'm always in the market for magical items.
I think it might be an investment. Unless you want to wait a day.
I got 20 gold left to my name.
We said it was 80 in total for.
No, 80
No,
each.
80
each. 80 per.
What if we did 3? Would you do
I mean-
70 each or 60 each?
Roll persuasion check.
That doesn't help if
2.
I'm sorry, that's the best I can do there,
It's fairly
unfortunately.
reasonable. Yeah.
Force. I'll ask you afterwards.
I mean, I don't have enough to buy enough of all of him, so.
Oh,
Well, I also need that amulet.
All right, no, that's a no-brainer. Okay, I'll go down myself. You just give me your questions. We're good.
fantastic. Well,
We
look forward
will
to
be
seeing
back.
you in 3 days, I guess.
And kind of a little bit of an eye roll once you guys go.
Agenar gives a sort of another pointed look at Etterath. You know, it would be nice to
Again.
have those caps.
Nah.
Come back when you
we'll
have
work it
something
out.
to sell or you want something to purchase something. Thank you.
We had something that we were trying to get rid of.
You're trying to get rid of. I don't think we should do that. Anyway,
Glad you didn't get rid of me, Etterath.
thank you. But
Nor me, bruv.
As you step on out back into the greater city of Lornacopia.
Shall we head down to the lake?
To the lake, I guess.
Unless you think we can make some quick cash on some of these festival things and to get those caps.
Well, I mean, you've changed into birds and things before. Can
So
you
do that and
Into a fish.
Well, not a fish. I mean something, maybe with hands still.
hands.
with hands?
Or
Underwater
language.
hands.
I don't know. Can you do like a half change?
can you do a fish head?
No.
Victor Crumb and Harry Potter with a
Yeah,
shark head.
I mean, I could always.
It's pretty much a kutoa, to be
I
honest.
could try to find cash the old-fashioned way.
What is that?
Don't know. What are they? No.
Sucking and
don't you-
Perhaps people might misplace.
Keep your fingers to yourself.
Absolutely not.
It is a very busy street as you guys wind your way down towards the.
Just the people that might deserve it. Not the little kids with the one gold piece, but like the fat cats with just the coin purses that are a bit too big. Just do a quick, just take a handful.
Right, well, clearly you're going to do whatever you want anyway, no matter what I say. So, Agenar's kind of like...
As Agenar trots on and you make your way towards the Great Lake.
I don't.
I was just pitching ideas. I wasn't going to do it.
I know, but you're on thin ice with that one.
Maybe we should start looting the things we kill.
I mean,
I heard that.
I got shit last time I did it.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll figure something out later.
Excellent. As you head down towards the Great Lake, we'll go ahead and leave it there. And we'll come back for our 100th episode.
That's the next episode. Damn.
Leader of the Mind